All this waiting had me at the point of falling asleep. What should I do? I don't have the strength to run away either. Why? I even gave up on enrolling into the academy. What more do you want from me? Why are you aiming for my life? Even if you gave up on the academy or you have absolutely no talent in martial arts, you should know that something like that doesn't matter, right, Prince Cheon? As long as you have a right to the throne, this is the only way, Prince. Give it up, there's no other way out. Even if you have peasant life force mixed in you, since you are of the lineage of that person, we'll send you off with a painless death. Peasant life force, they say, how dare they dishonor my mother? There's no way those bastards would send me off with a painless death. If I'm going to die anyway, then I'll go by fighting until my very last breath. Ho! Did you learn some martial arts from warrior Jang? No, it seems like he didn't. However, it seems as though he can't run away from his lineage, seeing how even without any training or skills, he doesn't want to give up until the end. This is going to be a fun hunt. Finish him. Is that the end of your little retaliation? Watch out. Huh. Hee, serves you right. What? How did a kid, who didn't even master martial arts, kill one of our members? Were all of those random slashes an act to make us lower our guard? He managed to pull off such a shrewd act in a situation like this. What if he had actually mastered martial arts? Just because we went easy on you, you dare to? How does it feel to have a hole in your stomach? Shit, as I thought, I can't trick them twice. It's alright. At least I finish one bastard, slowly. More. And an excruciating finish. Doing something like that isn't my style at all, but, since our comrade died, I guess there isn't a choice. Just now. Something like a beam of white light. He's behind us. What is that? I've never seen clothing like that before. Who are you? Wah. What happened? He disappeared in a second. Is it an agility skill? No, it's more like, he's becoming invisible, like water, in a second. Sir. Exactly what is that light? Can it be that this is the power of a master who's risen to the highest level? But why is an extraordinary master like him defending that brat? That kid already lost a lot of blood, so he's a lost cause anyway. Our mission has been fulfilled. Let's retreat. Serves you all right. Wow, it looks like our ancestor is in a happy mood even though he's at his last hours. Ancestor. Who is it? What kind of nonsense is he spouting after appearing all of a sudden? My eyesight is getting fuzzy so I can't see, my entire body's getting frigid. Am I going to end like this? Did they find me already? Shit. I guess there is no choice. I was going to come here earlier and teach you how to use this, but I guess we'll have to improvise. I should hurry, huh? Since you're right about to end. I'm the one injecting it, and it's making me cringe. Alright, done. Hey, Ancestor Nim. Please make sure to succeed and make this descendant's life easier, okay? This nano machine is the latest version. Operating it should be simple enough, so good luck learning how to use it. What kind of nonsense has that strange guy been blabbering about? Serial number. There's a strange voice inside my head, Sky Corporation. 7th generation nano machine, starting activation. A long time ago, fighters of Jianghu learned martial arts in order to protect themselves from enemies. Over time, martial arts evolved from using it as a method of self-defense into a tool to kill enemies. It grew to be more sophisticated and complex as the simple forms became a series of movements and the breathing techniques represented the basics of internal energy. The martial artists passed on their teachings and heirlooms to the future generations, allowing martial arts to continue to evolve. The people who had mastered martial arts were more powerful than normal humans, and they were soon called the Murim people, Wulin. And those clans were divided into the forces of justice and the forces of evil. And between the tight balance of those two forces, there was another group that pursued an entirely different route, seeking only strength, the world called them the demonic cult. The illegitimate child of the highest-ranking family in the demonic cult who has the right to the throne. This is Cheon Yeo-Woon's story. Prince Cheon waked up. I'm alive. But I'm sure my stomach was pierced by that sword. What happened? Why is my whole body sweating? Hun. What's this? What are these black spots? It smells awful, my whole body is sticky. Servant asked, are you awake, master? Prince Cheon in shock said, what? Servant again asked, are you awake, master? Cheon asked, who are you? There isn't anyone around. What is this? Servant replied, please calm down, master. Telepathy. No, not that, I've heard it once before, but this is different. This sounds like it's coming directly from my head. No way, could it be coming from my head? Servant said, you are right, master. Cheon replied, huh? Once again, who are you? Servant replied, I connect and serve as a core to support master's brain. I am Iski Corporation's 7th generation Nano Machine. Cheon angrily replied, what? What are you talking about? Who are you and why are you doing this to me? Servant calmly replied, I am the 7th generation Nano Machine. Cheon replied, Nano, evil god. Servant said, that's correct. A Nano Machine. Cheon asked, is it talking about the evil god? The one that the demonic cult worships. Are you really, the evil god? Guard said to Dr. Beck this way. Dr. Beck. Doctor replied, Was it an assassination attempt? Guard replied, yes, although there have been many assassination attempts recently, I didn't think that you would send me directly there. Dr. Beck said, of course it would have to be our first-class guard Jang, it was the only thing we could have done. It was a miracle that Prince Cheon was able to make it out alive. Guard replied, it was a miracle that Prince Cheon was able to make it out alive. Beck replied, Can't you guess to an extent based on the markings? He said, well, the scene that I saw yesterday was terrible. On the cold ground, without their upper bodies, were the corpses of men from the demonic cult. That among them was one who still had his upper body intact, but the dagger that I gave to Prince Cheon was stuck in his head. Right then, I heard someone's breathing that in a place not too far away. Through the pools of red, I could recognize right away, it was Prince Cheon, but Dr. Beck said he had no wounds on his body. Guard replied, yes. His breathing was like he was sound asleep. His clothes were clearly torn by a sword, but Prince Cheon's body was clean of any marks. Beck in wonder said, who could have helped him? There's no way the cult leader would involve himself in a fight like this. I am also confused. This is getting interesting. Quickly, lead me to Prince Cheon's room. Cheon loudly asked, were you the one who saved my life, God? Servant replied, if you are talking about the one who saved you from the enemies that were after you, then no. However, if you are talking about putting master's dying body into self-healing mode, then yes. Cheon replied, what do you mean self-healing mode? He said, sending basic information to master's brain. Cheon said, also what's with master? Servant said, searching for the right words for this era and culture. Master, I am not the evil god that you speak of. Cheon thought, His tone changed. If you're not the evil god, then, he said, I am trying to send you the basic information and manual about me to your brain. Cheon in shock, Will you accept? Cheon replied, yes. He said, this is a natural reaction when you first receive the information in your brain that you won't feel dizzy or nauseous starting the second time. Cheon in hesitation said, you won't feel dizzy or nauseous starting the second time. Nano Machine. He replied, yes, master. He said, is it true that thousands of machines are now embedded in my body? He said, that is correct. Specifically, 6,482,040,000 nanomachines have now been placed in your body. He replied, if I want, can you get out of my body? I am programmed to only be extracted outside the body in case you die. Cheon said, my so-called half-brothers, they're very desperate to kill me, who doesn't even have any strength, and now, there's a fully unidentified nano machine in my body. Why did this happen to me? So then, who put you into my... Guard came and asked for coming in, Prince. Dr. Beck is here. Cheon in shock said, huh? Wait, stay quiet. Nano Machine. They will think I'm weird if they see me talking to a voice inside my head. He replied, I can read your thoughts to communicate. Cheon said, I got it, so just be quiet. Servant said, temporarily going into silent mode. Guard said, the prince seems to be asleep, so we have to stay quiet. Prince. Are you awake? It seems your body is, ugh. What is this smell? Oh no. I forgot about that. Beck said, ho. Prince Cheon. We have met before, haven't we? Cheon replied, yes. How could I forget the doctor who came to see me when my mother was sick? Dr. Beck replied, I'm going to feel your pulse. Give me your hand. Cheon replied, well, it's okay to give me your hand. Dr. Beck said, this is very strange. Guard in shock said, what do you mean? Did something bad happen to the prince? Beck replied, no, it's quite the opposite. This could be a rare opportunity for Prince Cheon. Guard said, what are you saying? Cheon said, pardon. I'm not sure what you're saying. Dr. Beek said, you now have the perfect body to train in martial arts. Cheon in shock, huh? Then, these sticky black spots, are waste that came out of my body. Look here, Nano Machine. Did you do this? Servant said. Deactivate silent mode. Cheon thought, deactivate. Servant said, silent mode has been deactivated. The nano machines placed throughout your entire body have extracted waste from your body, and they have also reshaped the blood vessels, joints, and muscles to best fit your body shape. Cheon said, what are you? Are you sure, you're not an evil god? Servant said, I'm not an evil god, but a machine. Master. He region language join Ook Discord to get updates in real time. Although the demonic cult was made up of many clans and families, only 6 among them were main clans. Dark Clan, Sword Clan, Spring Clan, Poison Clan, Sound Clan, Blade Clan. The Lord was bound by an oath to marry a woman from each of the 6 clans to give birth to his descendants. The descendants who were born in each clan were raised in their respective clans, and when they reached a certain age, they were admitted to the Demonic Academy. The Demonic Academy, which opens every 10 years, is headed by the leading experts from the magistrate, was founded to train the best warriors of each generation. There was a period of unusually intense competition. Whenever several princes joined the academy, it was referred as the period of Battle of the Heirs by the magistrates. Cheon said, are you sure, you're not an evil god? Servant replied, I'm not an evil god, but a machine. Master. Cheon thought, oh right. Dr. Beck is from the Poison Clan, I need to hide the fact that a nano machine is in my body. Serving said, the technology of this era will not be able to detect my presence, Master. Beck said, it's certain that he received help from someone. There seems to be nothing wrong with your body, but I'll prescribe you a tonic that will help you regain your energy. Guard said, thank you, Dr. Beck. Are you leaving? I will see you out. Beck replied, it's fine. Don't come out and watch over the prince. It's very strange, how can a person change like that? A long time ago, I was sure that he would be pushed out of the ranks with his weak body and no knowledge of martial arts, but now, with the current state of his body, he could probably learn martial arts better than any of the other princes. He is an illegitimate child of the Lord after all. Did he pretend not to care while actually taking interest in it? If the Lord had secretly helped him, then there was no need for him to acknowledge it. The soon-to-be open Demonic Academy will be noisy. Cheon thought, phew. I don't think he caught on. Come to think of it, the reason why I'm alive is all thanks to Guard Jang. Even though Nano Machine healed me, if Jang didn't came on time, Jang, thank you for SA, he said. I'm sorry, Prince. I think, you should wash up first. Cheon replied, I really should. Hey, Nano Machine. Nano Machine replied, yes, Master. Cheon said earlier, You said that you put my body in a self-healing mode, right? How much can it heal? Machine said any internal or external wound caused by an external impact can be healed quickly. However, blood loss or decapitation will take much more time since they require cell division. Really? Why do you keep saying things that are hard to understand? It should be fine if I try and test it out, right? Cheon make injury and said ouch. It hurts. Machine said activating self-healing mode on the left palm for a stab wound. Cheon in wonder said oh. The blood stopped. Even though I just saw it, it's hard to believe, but now I know that it works. The information that you transferred to my head earlier, can I really use all of those functions? Machine said you are able to use everything shown in the instructions. He thought good. I'll have to try it out once I finish my bath. Cheon asked wait, Nano Machine. This doesn't make sense. How come my body has suddenly become muscular and toned? Did you do this too? Machine answered yes. I have reconstructed your body. Cheon thought reconstruct. Servant asked Prince, I have come to dress you. Cheon replied oh, go ahead. While it is scientifically impossible to create something out of nothing, it is not difficult to reconstruct an existing part of your body. The words you choose are so complicated. Listening to you, I feel like everything I have learned is useless. I'll even tried my best. Hey, Nano. Since your name is so long, it's okay to call you Nano, right? Registering the name Nano. You're no fun. He thought this is my study, what should I do now? Nano replied look into a book and flip through each page. Just flip through it. That's all. Nano said yes. Cheon thought the only books here that are related to martial arts are about blood points and chi. The 3 JSIM is a breathing method designed to train the mind and body, but even if you practice for the rest of your life, it is still difficult to achieve the lowest level. Then reading about blood points seems to be better. I'm starting, Nano. Nano replied yes. Please start. I'm done flipping through it, Nano. Nano replied you have successfully scanned the book, Blood Passage, attempting to transfer the information to user's brain. Do you accept? Cheon said scan. Are you saying that you copied all of its information? Nano said that is correct. Do you accept? Cheon thought I accept. Nano said information transfer complete. You will soon get used to it. Cheon asked, are you worried about me? Nano replied I am just stating the fact. Cheon said inconsiderate jerk, so you don't have any emotions, now what should I do? Nano said if you wish to use the acquired knowledge, you have to think about it to bring it up. Cheon said blood points. Points play an important role in the flow of blood in the veins and arteries of the body, and can simply be called blood. There are 2 different types of points, points that can immobilize and points that can kill. If a point that can immobilize is poked at, the body of the person will be immobilized which can, no way. This is crazy. It's not just memorization, I can fully understand the content. Nano said I transferred the information over after correcting the errors of the book. Cheon thought errors. There were things that were wrong. Nano replied based on the information in the program, I corrected an error about blood points. Cheon said my gosh, I can't believe this, doesn't this mean that I can learn and master martial arts faster than everyone else? The candidates of the 6 clans have mastered many fighting techniques since they were breastfed, and even after watching those bastards, I still couldn't master the 3 JSIM method. There aren't many books on martial arts in my study but I heard that there are many in the Demonic Academy. With this ability, I'm going to become stronger faster than anyone else in the academy. That's going to be my goal now. Chamber of the Air Candidate, South Castle of the Demonic Cult, House of Bakmajong. Prince Mukiam said I sent them all to get rid of one boy, and all 5 of them are finished. Do you think that makes sense? I think someone secretly helped him. Prince Mukiam. Prince Mukiam angrily said who gave you the right to call my name at your own will? Bastard said I'm I'm sorry, Prince Cheon. Said Humph. I thought since he was a bastard of low blood, that he would be easy to finish. But it seems like he had something up his sleeve. I even tried to get rid of that guard, but there is someone else protecting him too. Could it be father? I didn't want to get my hands dirty, but I have no choice now. I'll have to kill him myself at the demonic academy. Cheon Yeo-Woon. Cheon thought I couldn't sleep at all because of how nervous I am. Is it morning yet? It's already today, the day I joined the academy. Would it have been better if I had secretly learned Jang's dagger techniques? No. Then people from the 6 clans that watch us won't leave me alone. When my mother passed away, I made an oath not to learn martial arts until I was admitted into the academy, Nano said. Master. Cheon said HM. Nano replied, would you like me to scan guard Jang's movements? Cheon said what? You can scan the movements of other people. Nano said I can. Cheon said then does that mean you can scan guard Jang's martial arts training, and transfer it into my head? Nano said that is possible. My program also has data on various martial art techniques that I can transfer over to you. I can even transfer it to you right now. Cheon said is it okay to steal guard Jang's martial arts techniques without his permission? I don't have time to think about what I can use to protect myself. Please scan, Nano. Nano replied activating movement scan. Scanning time has approximately been half an hour. Movement scan has been completed. Beginning the transfer to the user's brain. Transfer complete. Cheon said still, it was more bearable than yesterday. How can this be? How is this possible? Guard Jang's dagger skill, I think that I can do it too. Oh right. I need to be careful so that guard Jang doesn't see. It's exactly the same as guard Jang's 20 years of training. Training every day, straightening posture, mastering it with the body, doesn't this allow me to completely ignore those processes? Nano said while the movement scan was activated, muscle analysis for training the movements has also been completed. Will you accept the transfer to your muscles? Cheon said I need to have a muscle transfer too. Nano said if you don't get the transfer for the muscles, Cheon said my whole body is in so much pain suddenly. Why is my body like this? Nano replied through repetitive training, your body forms muscles that are right for this movement, but your body has not properly developed those muscles, so there will be damage to your muscles. Cheon said I know that you did some sort of transfer, but could you explain it to me a little simpler? Nano said translating language to match the user's level. Cheon said language level. Somehow I feel like I've been insulted, Nano answered translation complete. Master has not trained like Jang for a long time, so even if your brain has learned it, your body won't be able to adjust to it. You must have your muscles go through a simulation so that you are fully familiar with the movements. Only after this transfer can you use these movements fully. Cheon said it was a bit easier than earlier, but it's still hard to understand. Nano in return, would you like to adjust the language level to the lowest level? Cheon said I got most of it. Simulation. So if I get this muscle transfer then I won't be in pain. Nano told that's right. Would you like to start the transfer? This transfer requires the use of every nano machine in your body, which will take a couple hours. Cheon replied, if it's only a couple hours, there will still be time before I have to go. You can start it. Nano said this transfer will come with a lot of pain, so you will be put under anesthesia shortly. Cheon asked does it hurt a lot? Nano told there are a total of 1,350,000 cases of fainting caused by this muscle transfer. Cheon again asked can I do it? Nano replied would you like to try without the anesthesia? Cheon said would you like to try without the anesthesia? Nano said yes, starting the transfer. What, I was too nervous. This just tickles, Nano told injecting anesthesia. Guard said HM, good. This is as good as most of the neighborhood masters. Should I prepare something special today? I'll just make a simple meal that Prince Cheon likes. It has already been 5 years since I learned to cook for you. I wasn't even a good cook. Guard Jang, please take care of my Cheon Yeo-Woon. It has already been 5 years since Lady Wa died from eating food containing poison. The young Prince Cheon is now entering the academy today. Ah! Prince! He shouted. Prince Cheon, are you okay? Prince! Judging by his pulse, it doesn't seem like anything is wrong. What was he doing for this to happen? Hui! Those footsteps! Prince Cheon watched my training, for at most, 2 years. He watched me train for 2 years, and has already caught up to my 20 years of training. Nano said required muscle and fiber transfer has been completed. Deactivating anesthesia. Cheon said ha. Ha, I'm never doing that again. Nano told I certainly warned you, master. He said huh. But why was I lying down? Did Guard Jang come by? Now it won't hurt to use the dagger technique, right? Nano said through the muscle transfer, you now have the same muscles as those who have practiced these movements for 20 years. Cheon said good. These are the same techniques as before, but they're much more accurate and powerful. The feeling of cutting through the air is so nice. That's all for the first formation. Now for the first step of the second formation. Even though I didn't use Nigong asterisk, it still leaves footprints. Have I already completed Wigong asterisk? It says. If, there was almost no Nigong. If Guard Jang sees this, it's going to be bad. Guard said Prince, your breakfast is ready. Guard said Prince. Cheon replied ah. I feel so hungry today. Guard asked don't you always eat by the window? Cheon answered since I won't be coming home for a while, I wanted to eat towards the center. Guard Jang wouldn't have noticed, right? Ha. Stir-fried bok choy and roast pork, rice with a fried egg on top, it's all my favorite foods. I see, you care for me, Guard Jang. Since today is the day I get admitted to the academy. This could be the last breakfast Guard Jang makes me. Nano said a sudden change in emotions is contributing to the acid coming up your esophagus. Increasing the secretion of saliva. Please swallow the food with saliva to settle the acid. Cheon replied stop saying weird things and be quiet. Nano suggested that temporarily entering mute mode. Cheon said I'm going to eat everything and leave nothing left. Guard said please eat slowly, you're going to get an indigestion. Cheon replied yeah. That was a good meal, Guard Jang. Prince. Guard replied when did you st? No, learn my dagger technique. Cheon said ah. What are you talking about? Guard answered him this is a step made from moving into the second formation of my technique, it's a lot clearer than what I saw earlier. As expected, my eyes weren't wrong. Cheon thought stealing other people's martial arts techniques is a taboo in Murim. I committed a crime by stealing a technique through Nano's power. Well. Even if Guard Jang will hate me, I have no excuse. Guard said you did good. Cheon in shock said so what if you learn in secret? I am your guard. If it wasn't for the oath of the 6 clans, I would have taught it to you earlier. Guard Jang, what's this? Guard replied it's an energy flow method for the Nigong of the dagger technique. Why are you giving this? Guard answered I want to give tips on learning the Nigong, but there will be many things at the academy that are much better than what I can give you. Learn those. Ugh, however, I can't be with you after you get admitted. So, you can cry today but you must become stronger from now on. Cheon said, thank you. From now on, I mustn't fear or hesitate. Even though mother is not here anymore, I still have a place I can return to. As I have heard, have all of the clans gathered? How many people are here? I think there may be around 1,000, a man said now that I'm here at the academy, I'm getting nervous. Other replied since this is a competition between the heirs, as a part of small clans, we need to get in line. They're all so loud. It's such a mess that I can't see any kind of spirit from them. Stupid things. Did you come here without the resolve that this place could be your last? He is Left Guardian Fire King Lee Hwa-myung, that red hair, that's the Left Guardian. Isn't he one of the top 10 strongest in the demonic cult? Wasn't it top 5? The kids in the front row. Are they the heirs of the 6 clans? Dark Clan, number I Cheon Mu-yun Sword Clan, number 2 Cheon Kyung-woon Spring Clan, number 3 Cheon Mu-kyum TSK. They're all annoying. Poison Clan, number 4 Cheon Jong-sum Blade Clan, number 5 Cheon Yuchan Sound Clan, number 6 Cheon Won Ryu. She's the only female candidate this time. Number 7, Cheon, Lee Hwa said, huh? Where is he? Cheon asked. There is no name tag. He replied, there is no name tag. It seems like you'll just have to wait until we find one. Cheon thought, this must be one of the 6 clans' tricks. I understand, I'll wait. Do they not want me in the same row as them? Well, nothing good will come out of having conflict with them from the beginning. They were the bastards that tried to kill me whenever they had the chance, that they would probably kill me right away if they see me. I still came here after countless attacks from you bastards. I'm going to be stronger than anyone else. In this demonic academy. There are so many, it's going to be hard to get to the front like this. A black number 7 name tag, that guy's an heir candidate that's not from the 6 clans, right? Rumor has it that he hasn't mastered any style of martial arts. Then wouldn't he be the first to fail? It's obvious what they're whispering about, even if I can't hear them. I'll just let them laugh at me. Lee Hwa said, he's over there. It's ridiculous to see him alone all the way in the back. That's a pretty funny way of receiving attention, Lord's illegitimate child. It's the sound of the horns. They're coming out soon. Everyone, be quiet. It's the Lord. TSK TSK. Those shabby clothes, you drunk bastard, eh? What are you looking at, you red-haired bastard? Right Guardian Crazy Blade Siab Meng, quiet. Led Guardian Great Guardian King. Marakium, one of the top 5 strongest in Murim Kiyama cult, Lord Cheon Yujong Siab Meng said, his presence is so overwhelming, oh, can't lift my head as expected of the Lord. That person is my father. Marakium shouted loudly, silence. My lord, it's ready. You all are responsible for the future of this cult. We welcome you. Cheon Yujong said, you all are responsible for the future of this cult. We welcome you. Is this what they call Nigong? Cheon said, it sounds like he's just talking. But it still sounds so clear and deep in my ears. In this place, train and make ties become the power of the cult. Wah! For the demonic cult. They said, good work. To think that the first time I meet him, I would only see his cold eyes. I didn't expect anything anyway. He is the person who didn't even show up after my mother died. Lee Hwa said, now that the Lord's congratulatory speech is over, let us begin properly. Are you not going to stand up straight? Lee Hwa said, I'm going to keep it simple, so listen carefully. The academy will last for 4 years and consists of 6 stages. After each stage, you will take a test. You are given only 1 chance to pass the test. What? We only get 1 chance. If we can't pass the first time, we fail. How could that be? It seems like you understood what I said. That's right. The ones who do not pass will be expelled instantly. Sword Clan Cheon Kyung-woon said, I have a question. Lee Hwa said, who said a bastard like you could ask a question? Cheon Kyung-woon said, what? Lee Hwa replied, oh. Do you have a problem with me calling you a bastard? You should have heard that the moment you entered this academy, you'd lose all privileges you had from the 6 clans. Do you want to be expelled even before the competition starts? Ha! Ha! Cheon Kyung-woon made apology, I'm sorry. Lee Hwa, well, it's obvious what your question is. You may think that one chance for the 6 stages is unfair, but the special benefit will be given to those that pass on to the next stage. Lee Hwa said the first benefit is the Black Dragon Ball. Black Dragon Ball. One said if they're talking about the Black Dragon Ball, other replied it must be the medicine ball that allows the consumer to gain 20 years worth of Nigong. So if you pass through all the stages and get 6 of the balls, you would get 120 years, right? Wouldn't that be similar to the level of a high expert? Not that. Hey say that the more you take it, the less effective it gets. It's also hard to absorb it completely in the first place. If it was that good, why would they give it to us? The masters would have taken them all already. Cheon thought 6 stages, I don't have any Nigong right now, but if I were to pass, I could increase that Nigong in an instant. Lee Hwa said the second benefit is the martial arts book of secrets. If you've all trained martial arts, you would know the importance of these books, right? The library of the Demonic Academy has 5 floors. Each time you pass a test, you will gain access to one floor. Depending on the effort you put in, you may be given the opportunity to learn the secrets of the 6 clans or even secrets to various martial arts manuals. People talked. Oh. So does that mean I could learn divine phonology, like the Murim masters? Cheon said books of martial arts. In order to survive, that's more important than Nigong. Lee Hwa said first, most of you won't make it to the 5th floor, even if you were resurrected, so don't even get your hopes up. Siab Meng said he's the best at boosting morale and dropping it at once. I don't like anything you do, Lee Hwa Myung. Lee Hwa said the third and last benefit is that you guys can get a rank that you've never had before. Cheon Yeo-Woon said, so that's why even us candidates don't have any ranks or privileges here. From now on, only the strong will survive. Lee Hwa said. Every time you pass through a stage, you'll get ranks: low-ranked warrior for stage 1, middle-ranked warrior for stage 2, high-ranked warrior for stage 3, squad leader for stage 4, and clan leader for stage 5. The 6th stage doesn't matter to you all, so I'll just skip it. Most of you here won't even be able to go past 3 stages, no matter what you do. Well, even if that's how it is, wouldn't it be a disgrace for members of high-ranked clans to become low-ranked warrior? Can we even call stage 6 a test? It's almost impossible. Not even 10 people have passed the test in the academy, which has been up for hundreds of years. Lee Hwa replied, at the academy, if you can get through the upper levels, your rank will be acknowledged. You all may be starting off with the same cadet rank now, but you will have different ranks later on. Cheon Yeo-Woon said, if surviving until now was my biggest problem, now surviving means to go up in ranks. Lee Hwa said, now, I'm done explaining. From now on, you will form groups for assigned dorms as we start with the first test. Cheon was in shock. What? Alright now. Did I hear wrong? No way. How is this fair? How can we have the first test already? Aren't we supposed to learn something first? What do we do if we get expelled? Be quiet. Lee Hwa loudly shouted, the first test will test your basic skills. You will need at least basic Nigong in order to become a warrior of our school. Those of you who don't have basic Nigong will be assigned to agricultural, commercial, and service districts, so be prepared to die. Cheon thought in shock, darn. Lee Hwa said, ah. No, we do need people to do the dirty work, so don't try too hard. Cheon thought in anger, damn it. That's why the ladies of the 6 clans made me swear an oath to not learn Nigong. If I don't pass this, I'll become a part of the lowest clan of the cult. If that happens, anyone could try and kill me. Spring Clan Cheon Moo-kyum said, I don't know whose idea it is, but it's pretty good. This will save me the trouble of having to kill him myself. Demonic Cult 5th Elder and Clan Leader of the Sound Clan, Hang So-yu, Lee Hwa said, this person will watch over the first test. She is the clan leader of the Sound Clan and the 5th Elder of the Demonic Cult, Hang So-yu. This test is honestly very easy. If you fail here, you'll never be able to become even a low-ranked warrior. Hang So-yu thought, Sound Clan's leader. What kind of test calls for the Sound Clan's leader? And no way. Cheon thought, why are they all covering their ears? Lee Hwa said, well, if the fifth elder were to actually play her musical energy wave, then you little ones wouldn't stand a chance, but she will control it for you all, so don't worry too much. With luck, you may even be able to endure it without any Nigong. Damn it. So we are to endure the musical energy wave. Hang, so you said, with even just a little Nigong, they will be able to hold on for a minute. Those of you who endure the energy wave for a minute without fainting will pass the first test. Start. My chest. Ack. I can hear it even if I cover my ears. As expected, most of the ones from the smaller clans have already fallen. In comparison, the candidates of the 6 clans and other children of high-ranked clans are holding out. Cheon Moo-kyum said, ha ha ha. This just stings my ears. The candidates of the 6 clans have taken medicines since they were young that have allowed them to gather a lot of Nigong. That bastard with no Nigong is probably on the ground already. Huh. Something's weird. Cheon Yeo-Woon Ryth said, the clan leader's plucking seems to only be getting faster. Hang, so you sung, but why? But why? Why hasn't he fallen down yet? Cheon thought, Cheon Yeo-Woon. What is this? Half the people in the field are already on the floor. Are they all suffering from internal injuries? Then, why am I okay? Nano said, sensing powerful high and low frequency waves from the instrument. There was a possibility of serious damage to your body. Activated emergency defense mode to block the sound waves. Cheon said, Nano, so you made it so that I can't hear the sound waves? Nano replied, that's right. I have temporarily stopped your body's function to sense sound. Cheon said, then how can I hear your voice? Nano replied, the information is being sent directly to your brain. Cheon answered, this is difficult. Can you block that intimidating gaze? Nano said, do you want to block your vision? Cheon said, no, never mind. Lee Hwa thought, I can feel a sense of impatience from the 5th elder's performance. The history of the Sound Clan has become a lot stronger than in the beginning. This should be too much for those with less than 20 years of Nigong. As expected, he must be the reason. Lee Hwa thought, I'd heard that he has no Nigong, but that must be wrong. He's enduring this in such a stable condition. This is the first time I've seen such an exciting first test since I received my role at the academy. Now how long will that bastard last? 7 people in public, wag. Ack. Your ears are bleeding. Hey. It's the same for you. It's hard to hold out even with 20 years of Nigong. Cheon thought. I just need to endure it a little longer. Ugh. I need to get through this. The pride of the upper clan is at stake. Cheon Moo-kyum said, but why is the 5th elder playing so intensely? Her facial expression is also distorted, so I assume she's angry. Could it be? Cheon Jong-sum said, what? Why is he suddenly surprised? Cheon Yeo-Woon Ryth said, we aren't supposed to look behind us, but, is there something there? Cheon thought, what is this? Huh? How can that bastard with no Nigong be completely fine? He doesn't seem to be tired at all. Cheon Moo-kyum thought, that bastard had Nigong. Cheon said, Nano, if it's how I think it is, the kids in the front and the 5th elder are angry, right? Nano, do it by analyzing facial muscle movements. Absurdity, surprise, petulance, and anger can be seen from their facial muscles. Cheon said, because I can't hear anything, I don't know what's happening, but I can see their hostility. It's obvious that their pride is wounded after thinking that I had no Nigong, then seeing me endure this long. If I pass the first test in this good of a condition, they won't believe me if I say I don't have Nigong. Nano, could you give me an internal injury? Nano said, do you mean internal injury as in injuring your organs? Cheon said, sure. Nano replied, it is possible, but I do not recommend intentionally injuring your body. Cheon said, I don't care. Once the performance is over, give me an internal injury and make me vomit blood. Nano answered, forcing internal organ damage as ordered by master. Hang so you continue, it's almost 1 minute now. Cheon thought to think that the bastard who isn't even 15 years old could endure this so easily. Hang so you said, I can't end it like this, my pride won't allow it. Try and endure this performance that uses half the power in my body. Lee Hwa replied, this is dangerous. Humph, Lee Hwa shouted, stop this. Any more will be dangerous, fifth elder. People in public, it's finally over. Xiao Meng said if she had used even a little more power, everyone would have failed the first test. Care. TSK. I can't believe the fifth elder let it get out of control. Hang so you thought, damn it, what did I just do? I couldn't control my anger against that young bastard and raised half my power. This is all because of the Violet against the 6 clans. It's all because of Cheon Yeo-Woon. Cheon Moo-kyum said, what? What's happening now? What is that? How could he throw up that much blood? Is he finished? Damage has been caused to about 30% of the organs in the body, causing the blood to flow back as much as possible. He said, hey, you crazy. I thought I was dying. Lee Hwa said, if he dies because of the test, I will be responsible for everything. He may not be from the 6 clans, but we can't let a member of the leader's line finish. Hey! Kid! Are you okay? Nano said, sensing dizziness caused by 7% blood loss. Activating self-healing mode for organ damage and energy loss. Cheon said, no. Not yet, Lee Hwa loudly said, this bastard. You could have just given up. Nano said, master, you're in a dangerous condition. Cheon thought, wait a little more. Lee Hwa said, this kid, how much Nigong does he have to be able to endure this much? What? He doesn't have any. Crazy. This one is crazy. Since there were bad rumors about the 7th prince, I didn't expect much. I can't believe he passed the first test with only pure mental strength and sheer will. Yes. Take him to the infirmary. Servant said yes. Cheon said, heal me quickly, Nano. Hang so you thought that kid who endured my energy wave like it was nothing, to think that he had severe injuries internally. Lee Hwa said, that was too much, fifth elder. She replied, WH. What was? Lee Hwa replied sadly, you almost killed him. She said, by any chance, that child, does he only have a bit of Nigong? He has none at all. Lee Hwa told, I gave him a little stimulation, but he has no Nigong at all. He kept his oath. Hang so you said, how is that possible? How could he have endured my energy wave without any Nigong? If he had no Nigong, he would have fainted like those other kids. Lee Hwa said, he had very serious injuries. He endured it all with just his will. She answered, what? He endured it with his will. Lee Hwa said, it's sheer will, that's enough to be scary. If he weren't an illegitimate child, I would have liked to raise him as a student, but nothing good will come of going against the 6 clans. Xiao Meng said, he endured with his will. This is fun. Lee replied, it's none of your business. Just go to a corner and drink all you want. Xiao Meng said, humph. Red hair, I was going to even if you hadn't told me. Lee Hwa answered, get lost, you drunk bastard. Xiao Meng angrily said, a guy who would be dead if he wasn't a guardian seems to be good at messing around. Lee Hwa said, you seem to speak well even with a mouth full of alcohol. That day, like you said, if you weren't a guard, Ian, you would have been dead. What? This, intense energy that they thought the right and left guardians. Xiao Meng said, TSK. Fine. I'm leaving, you little bitch. Look at them, sprawled on the ground with only that kind of energy wave. Kids these days don't have any grit. Compared to them, I really like that kid, Cheon Yeo-Woon. Demonic Academy Main Building 2nd Floor Infirmary Demonic Academy Dr. Beck Jong Myung Dr. Beck, there is a patient. Doctor said patient? Patient. Chu Beck Jong said how can this be, there's a real patient, to think that there would be a patient on the first day, as expected, the Demonic Academy is the best. I heard that he was Beck Jong-woo's student but it seems he's crazy about medical practice. Ah, this isn't the time to be like this. Come on in. What? How hard can a test be for a person to be in this kind of condition? Did he get stabbed in the stomach? He replied no, that he's wounded internally. Beck Jong in shock said this is from internal damage. He said he doesn't have any nigong, so the left guardian has asked that you take special care of him. Beck Jong thought I've seen many cases in the 10 years I have been my teacher's student, but this is the first time I've seen so much blood from an internal injury. He replied anyway, since we have dropped him off at the infirmary, we will be on our way. Beck Jong replied all right. He said why are you so slow when we're busy? Other replied it's nothing. That kid, it seems like his complexion looks a lot better than before. Am I mistaken? Beck Jong started checkup damn, I completely forgot about the infirmary and almost healed all the internal damage. It still hurts a lot, but I have to endure it until the doctor is done. The pulse is clearly irregular and fast, so he must have taken a lot of damage. But still, this is very weird. Even if you bite your tongue, you don't bleed this much. I guess I'll have to start off with some acupuncture. Gosh, that scared me, right guardian? Sob Meng said why are you here? While the little guy who clung to his teacher like a coward came up to become the academy's doctor. You're succeeding, you've succeeded. Beck Jong in shock said that annoying tone like always. What brings you here to the infirmary? I'm sure that as the right guardian, you weren't injured anywhere. Sob Meng said, oh ho. It seems like you don't like me being here. Beck Jong replied ha ha ha. Of course not. Please have a nice rest here. I can never figure him out. Sob Meng said look at this. Isn't he such an interesting kid? Cheon Prince thought what? Why is that person here in the infirmary? Could he have figured out that I'm pretending to have internal damage? Damn it, the smell of alcohol. Sob Meng said why are you pretending to be asleep? Beck Jong shouted he raised a person up without even touching them. This is the right guardian of the school. Did he sit me up using nigong? Cheon thought I can't move my body since it's not fixed yet. Sob Meng said if you keep pretending to sleep, I'm going to hit you. In your face. Cheon thought damn, I got caught. How did you know? Sob Meng laughed ha ha ha. Look at this guy. How interesting. Cheon in anger said how dare you be so bold, let alone embarrassed, in front of a guardian. Ha ha ha. Sob Meng asked any experienced warrior can tell if you're asleep or not based on the sound of your breathing, kid. Cheon thought he knew from the sound of my breathing. Nano said the average breathing count for a 15 to 20-year-old human male is about 12 to 20 per minute. However, earlier, your breathing was around 8 times a minute, making it very unnatural. Cheon replied, I don't need any unnecessary information. Sob Meng said ha ha ha. I don't think kids these days have guts like you do, you're pretty good. Cheon thought did he not come here because he noticed I was pretending? Sob Meng said kids these days don't have any endurance. They always want to take the easy way out when something gets a little difficult. Cheon said but I didn't endure it with sheer will. Sob Meng replied I'm saying that you have the will that the others don't. Beck Jong said right guardian, the patient isn't in a good condition so I think it would be best for him to receive treatment first. Sob Meng replied wait. An adult is talking right now. Ka. See. Cough. His complexion doesn't look good. He let go of his nigong. I'll get to the point. Sob Meng said kid, I want to take you in as my student. Cheon said, what are you saying? Seob Meng replied, what do you mean? I'm talking about taking you in as a student. Cheon answered. Right, guardian. Do you not know who I am? Cheon replied, won't the 6 clans hate that you're taking me in as a student? Seob Meng said, ha ha ha, that's funny. Well, what can they do about it? Also, they'll still have to compete with each other, with or without you. Cheon thought it's a great opportunity for me, but what if it's a trap? Dr. Baekjong in shock, so this is the infamous 7th prince. I knew that they were going to play tricks this time at the demonic academy, but to make him lose so much blood, that's too much. TSK. Cheon said, I don't know what to say because of how sudden this offer is. I'll also have a teacher in the academy. Seob Meng wonderingly thought, shit. If you act like that, it's going to seem like I'm begging you to become my student. This kid has a lot of doubts. Well, it's to be expected if he lived that kind of life. Fine. If you are still unconvinced, I will offer you something you can't turn down. Cheon asked, what is this paper? He replied, it's what you need the most to survive here in the demonic academy. You're stuck in the infirmary as soon as you got to the academy. Are you not worried at all about falling behind? Even though you were able to pass the first test with sheer will, do you think someone without Nigong like you can pass the second test? Cheon saw WL. Seob Meng said, anyone who wants to become a warrior needs to think a step ahead of others. Are you planning on staying in the infirmary for 2 weeks and getting pushed behind from the start? Cheon replied, while you're stuck in this place, the others will certainly move forward a lot. Seob Meng said, I can't deny that. But I'll have to stay here for a bit to avoid suspicion. Do you know why that red-headed bastard sent you here? Redhead? The left guardian? Isn't it because I had internal damage? Of course, if you get hurt, you should be sent to the infirmary. Seob Meng answered, but isn't it weird? There were many other kids that were damaged internally, but why didn't he send them here? Most people of Murin can heal internal damage through meditation. Of course, it would be faster if they were treated by a doctor or medicine. So you mean? Right. The other kids were able to heal themselves at least a little bit, so there was no reason to send them here. Cheon thought, so that's why I'm alone here in the infirmary. Because I wasn't able to heal myself. This kid. We're almost there. Seob Meng thought, ugh, should I wrap this up now? A kid that can't even meditate to heal. He said, do you think someone like that can cure internal damage in a short amount of time? Cheon thought, it's possible. Because I have Nano, the rest is as the right guardian says. As expected, if I want to go on to the next stage, I'll need Nigong. Ah. I heard that if I passed the first test, I would get the medicine ball, and access to the first floor of the academy's library. Seob Meng said, it seems like the redhead forgot to mention something important. Cheon replied, forgot something important? Seob Meng said, the academy's library isn't a place where one can enter and leave as they want. You can only enter it once after you pass a test. Cheon in shock shouted, what? Seob Meng replied, did you think that you were free to explore all of the important books in there? That place is very secure. Also, you can only stay on the first floor for 2 hours. Cheon said, there's a limit, too. Ha, after crossing one mountain, there's another one. Seob Meng answered, you get more time as you move higher up. Cheon thought, additionally, you are not allowed to write any content down. You need to memorize everything before you go. Memorizing 2 books itself is considered a lot. Doesn't this give me a huge advantage? With Nano's scanning skills, in 2 hours, I could probably scan not 1 or 2, but hundreds of books, Seob Meng said. So for you, a boy with no Nigong, for years at this rough demonic academy will really test your limits. Cheon thought, is he saying I'm different from the other guys? I mean, most of the others who entered the academy were trained in their clan's martial arts. I don't have either martial arts or Nigong. In order to survive the threat of the 6 clans, Cheon thought, do I really have to become his student? The paper next to my head, is it the breath of Nigong? Xiao Meng replied, haha. So you're not that dumb. You're right. That's the breath of Nigong. If you become my student, I'll teach you the breath of Nigong right away. Cheon thought, I don't know if this person really wants me as a student, but I have to get at least one person on my side. What I couldn't learn because of the oath with the 6 clans, this is my chance to learn the breath of Nigong. Xiao Meng said, ho. I accept the right guardian as my teacher. Cheon requested, please take me as your student. A student must bow to his teacher twice. He said, get up. The blood of Cheon should not bow to anyone other than the Lord himself. Student. Ahem, you're going to have to rest today, I mean, until I come back, memorize and learn the points of the breath of Nigong. I'll be leaving now. Henchman, take good care of my student. Ouch. Beak Jong said, that hurts. He's leaving with a grin on his face. But his bad breath is like always. Are you okay? Cheon replied, yes, it was chaotic as if a storm had passed by. Beck Jong said, he must have liked you a lot. That drunkard, no, congratulations on becoming the right guardian student. Thank you. Goodness. Because of your internal damage, you had a pale complexity and a hard time and even dealt with that. Your pulse is a mess too. I'll be back with the acupuncture tools, so please bear with me. Okay. Cheon thought, with Nano and the right guardian, I've been given so many opportunities. Mother. Guard Jang. In the midst of the enemies here at the academy, there's someone on my side for once. Demonic Academy practice field left guardian. I will report the results of the first test. Including Cadet 7 who was taken to the infirmary, the total number of people who passed is 415. Li Hua replied, that is 200 less than the first test from 10 years ago. As expected, Elder Hang's energy waves were too much. The ones who failed probably find it unfair. No. I didn't pass out. Why am I expelled for having bubbles come out of my mouth? They shouted, this isn't fair. Do you not understand? Do you think you guys would be able to live your whole life in service or farming? How am I supposed to live a life like that? Li Hua replied, it seems like you can't accept the results. That's right. Then there's no other choice. Kick the rebelling ones out of the demonic academy. Motto. Ho Jin Chang said, TSK, the ones out front all have great skills. The ones who were expelled won't be able to go against them. Because they're being stubborn, they won't be able to learn anything from this. Li Hua said, if it were me, I'd say it's unfair too. It was because of Cadet 7 that the intensity of the first test was raised. First, they don't have luck or skills, but it's also their fate. Per scans.com, Ho Jin Chang said, amongst the ones who passed the first test, there is a good amount of exceptional kids. Li Hua asked, do you think so too? Most of them have internal damage and are in meditation. The candidates of the 6 clans, 8 of the ones in the upper clans seem to have easily made it through. Well, they were already at a different level than the other cadets. In order to not take any damage from Elder Hang's energy waves, one would need at least hundreds of years to gather Nigong. They are beyond the levels of other candidates. Number 1 Dark Clans Cheon Mu-yun, Number 5 Blade Clans Cheon Yu-chan. These two endured the energy waves without moving. Rumor has it that the battle will be contested by the Dark Clan and the Blade Clan. As I thought, this will be interesting.